Welcome to Broad Ideas. Broad Jaws.
Dun-na.
Today we have Molly Sims, you guys.
Yes, we do.
I've known Molly a really long time. I love Molly. I'm so happy she came here to be with us. She was a model, and she's an actor.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas, for sure. Do you remember? Oh, Yes Man. She has a podcast, Lipstick on the Rim. She has a smoothie from Erewhon that she brought us. That was delicious. And her Wise Beauty. Skincare. Loves those pads, exfoliating pads. My favorite ex, to be exact. Let's have Molly, so I stop talking. I am drinking an amazing smoothie right
Good
now.
beauty elixir. You guys, it's so good.
It is so
I
good.
know.
I
have to say, I was telling the girls that it took like a year and a half to negotiate because it's kind of, who knew it was so hard to get an Erewhon smoothie. But it's been really fun. I have to say, like working with them and Nathan, like it's a huge process and like they take it very serious.
You're in good
It was
hands.
fun. It was really, I have to say. Anyway, I delivered 2 smoothies.
Oh my God. And they're delicious. I've been watching on Instagram your smoothie and I'm like, I
My Uber
literally,
smoothie.
yeah, I was going to go to Erewhon this morning.
Because
I wanted to try it. And I'm like, I have to get it before Molly comes. I need to try the smoothie. And you brought it for us. I'm so excited.
Tell us again what's in it.
So it's, and on my phone in here, it's a really good protein powder that they sell. And it's like a weird word, but I'll figure it out. It has dates, a little bit of banana, cinnamon, sea moss jelly, which is really good for the skin. Maca, which is really good for like anti-aging, sexual, like really good for fertility.
Okay, now.
Maca, I know. I don't need another one. It's got chia seeds. Is it chia? I think it's chia. God,
It's
there's
delicious.
so many things in it. I can't even tell you.
I don't
Almond
know.
butter.
Everyone needs it.
But there's one thing we were just talking about with Kenna that makes it low glycemic.
Yeah.
What
was it?
I don't know.
She'll have to tell
She'll
us.
have to
We'll
tell
say
us,
it.
but it's really good.
When you drink it, you feel like you're being nourished and it doesn't feel like you're just drinking
Calories.
calories
Yeah,
and sugar.
I know.
Yeah. Which is amazing.
I know. I want something that like I love a smoothie, like
Love.
either middle of the day or like towards like 4 o'clock when I start dipping, as opposed to coffee. Or I do like a matcha every now and then. Like I don't know, it just like it fills me up, and I didn't want it to be like too sweet with like strawberry and a lot of fruit.
No.
And so, sometimes I like bananas can be a little tricky, but they're so good in potassium and they fill you,
They really do.
right?
Love it.
I
It's
am
my
a big
favorite
fan.
fruit.
It's good for
Is it?
potassium and
I don't even know you.
No, we are very, very honored that we got to try it this morning. But you have so much going on.
I do.
And I'm just amazed with it all and in love with it all. I mean, I am obsessed with your exfoliating pads.
Your favorite X pads. I know. I brought you guys more. We're finally back in stock. It's twofold about starting the company. I think I was kind of in a place in my life where I didn't want to just be on the end of like holding up a product and ding.
Yeah.
It's almost like I got the teenager before, but I never got,
The baby.
carrying the baby, birthing the baby. So I think that shift kind of happened during COVID. Like I wanted to be, a little bit before COVID, like I wanted to be a part of something from the beginning, as opposed to just like coming in at the end and hawking something. Not that hawking is a bad thing. Like I love all different products, but like being part of that process. And then I think with trying to figure out like what I really wanted to do, and I'm with a manager named Nicole Salaka, and before she would take me, I was kind of in the midst of not having a midlife crisis, but like, what do I want to do? Like, do I want to go on more? I knew that I didn't want to be sitting in a trailer in Albuquerque for 9 months. Like I really knew that. I knew my husband it's just with his job, like it wasn't going to work. Like we can't both be gone.
Right.
And he was really traveling at that time, pre-COVID. And I kind of, the question that I was posed was, what is your 5-year plan?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, come back to me in a few months when you've thought that out.
Wow.
I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I was like, I thought you liked me.
I have one for you.
But what it did, it really made me focus. It really made me. And so I met, who I'm still part of my company, Kim Krusber. I met her on a soccer field at AYSO. And I'm like, oh, are you still at Goop? And she was like, no, I left. I'm consulting. I'm working with Christy Teigen. I'm working with, and she's like, I'm just giving advice on. I'm like, yes, I'm hiring you. I go, can you come for a couple of weeks and work with me?
Yeah.
So she came and worked with another writer, Danielle Pergamont, who's amazing, who was at Allure. They went through everything. They went through mollysims.com. They went through the third book that I was writing. They went through my social, my TikTok. They went through everything. They asked me, I know you like furniture and interior design. Like, I know you like baking. Like could you see yourself doing? And I'm like, I don't think so. And then they were like, is there anything else? And I said, there's one thing. And it's organic and natural as that. I went upstairs to my bathroom. I got about 15, 20 products. And I go, I've made a system for myself. I said, I've had really bad hyperpigmentation, like really bad, like the mask, the mustache, the dark, uneven skin, splotchy. And I've had it been going on since I've been 40, since I had Brooks. I don't know if my hormones with the baby like kickstarted it, turning 40 and probably being in the sun too much when I was younger, like something kicked it in. And I said I was really doing drastic things. I would do a V-peel, which is nothing wrong with a V-peel, but I would do these things like constant. I tried to laser. And I used a product called hydroquinone way too much. And so yes, of course, like it got really clear and it was dry and red, but it wasn't dark and uneven. It wasn't like I was patching it all the time with like a concealer. And the moment I would go out, the moment I would stop using it, it would come back with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
So in 2019, Scott, my husband, who's super sweet, but he was like, you have a little dirt on your face. It was so, because I had tried to I have this matte concealer that I still use and I still love, but I was trying to patch it so I wouldn't have to use like a full-on foundation and then just put a little tinted moisturizer over it. And I was like, oh my God, I have to figure something out. And from 2019, I stopped everything. I started with one product, then another product, and then another product, and then another product. And I put like this system together. And about 3 or 4 months in, Emma was like, your skin looks way better. And I was like, oh, I'm not really doing anything. And I wasn't doing anything drastic. Like even my derm was like, I would go in to get Botox and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, not doing hydroquinone and not, And this question, I said, why does everything that's really strong and really potent, ugly and derm, like, and not kind of thought of, and no one's really speaking to my age group. And then everything that's really cool and fun and like has no efficacy. I said, but this is my routine and this is kind of what I've done for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And she's like, let me think about that. And I was like, but I go, and I showed her this picture from 2014, 15 of my skin. She could not believe it.
Oh, wow.
I'm 50. So at that time I was 46. At that time I was 42. Like I can't get confused on how old I was when, but it was really bad. But that's how Wise became Wise. It's a system for hyperpigmentation, for brightening.
Amazing.
I get told on the daily,
good.
You have makeup right here, you have dirt right here, and I'm like, no,
well,
that's
melasma, like after pregnancy, like I will get a full-on melasma mustache after I had Briar, if I'm in the sun. So like the only place if I have sunscreen, it's like a white mustache. So you don't get it.
And so that's where the pads, the problem solver, is for. It's tranexamic acid. We just got written up in Allure today for having the best problem. It's called the problem solver. And it's for those spots, and it's an all over. So you can spot treat it or do it every night. Like I would say like a dime every night all over. And that is my ode to hydroquinone, but clean.
Your skin is absolutely gorgeous.
Listen,
it really is. You work at it.
I do work at it, but I have to say, I work less. I work smarter, not harder. We think that, oh my God, getting like this huge laser, that actually does the opposite. It hurts you more. It makes your thin skin, or it makes it more susceptible to like anything outside that like will make the melanin increase. Laser is heat. So you have to, it's a very fine line. More doesn't mean better.
Right.
And that's, I think, what I learned. I just have that balance. Consistency with really good ingredients, that is the magic. Like if you can be consistent, and I know it sounds simple and we want that magic treatment, but that treatment, like I did a $10,000 laser that was called the cold laser in 2015. I was just with Jen and Dewan. We were talking about it last night. It did nothing for me. Not only did it do nothing for me, I've never spent anything toward, like, I died, but I think it was the height of the Kardashians going to him.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, it's $10. I was like, what? I died in that moment. I'm like, can we do a payment plan? I'd already gotten it. But
can I work for you?
Yeah. But it was out of a problem that I had that the company got started. And that is really truthful. And, you know, I learned a lot during those 2 weeks about like kind of what I wanted, I like storytelling. I found the home edit a couple of years ago and like putting things together. And I used to read for Stuber on like, do this, don't do that. So in that way, like the production part is fun, you know, because I think just being a part of something from the beginning has given me a lot of fulfillment. It's weird. Like I don't know, someone asked me like, why are you doing this now? Like you don't need to. And I go, it actually really fulfills me.
Yeah.
So
you
great.
know?
Yeah.
And it like, I always ask in my podcast, I'm like, what's your superpower? Like my superpower is like looking at something from above and like backing into it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
like
that.
I'm really good at pivoting and I'm really good at problem solving.
Ooh. You know what else I love about what you're saying? TikTok. I watch it, okay? And I see all the skincare routines. And they're all done by these girls in their 20s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, you're like,
I don't care what you do to your skin because that doesn't affect my life. What you do to your skin affects my life because then I can say, oh, look at
Well, we need brands that are speaking to women in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s that, you know, that make a difference. Like, I don't want to be, I mean, for me, aging is, you know, I don't want to be spoken to like I'm dying or I'm someone's grandmother or I'm constantly in menopause. Like, I just don't want to approach, you know, life or beauty from that angle.
Never.
And I think, you know, I'm looking at my thing, like living wisely, like I want to like own it. Like, I do think women can have different chapters in their life.
1000%.
Really good fucking chapters.
Absolutely.
And I think, you know, this is my chapter and I have to say I feel better than I did at 30.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you could have walked all over me. I dated anything that was like, you know, dead on the side of the road that I thought I could resurrect with my light. You know, so I think, I was good at that.
I think we all have
till
that
I wasn't.
You know, but it's true. And I always say like, you know, I'm 42 now and I'm like, I feel better about myself ever since 40. It's just like this different thing, you know? And I love that it's talked about and even in your skincare or whatever it is, but just paying attention to like that. Cause like aging, especially if you're in the public eye and aging is like,
it's hard.
Everyone's like pointing at, you know, or saying something negative and I tend to like not read things on purpose because if you see the comments and stuff, but it is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a
like
challenge.
even last night I went to this big thing and I was like
Did you go to the fashion trust thing?
I was like a little self-conscious because I was so busy and I really didn't kind of pull it together till the end. I did my makeup at 8:00 in the morning. By the time, you know, you walk a carpet at 7, I'm like, I looked kind of washed out. But I was so like overwhelmed, but I really wanted to be there for Tanya and I love what they do in the fashion trust. And I'm like, oh my God, I should have worn more makeup. I was just totally like deprecating. Like I was totally like putting myself down. Like, you know, it's hard, you know, you're like, oh my God, this person looks amazing. I'm like, they're in a full-on gown. I'm in like in a pantsuit, like, but you know, you have those moments, but yeah.
Right, but
I think we need to hear that from you.
Yeah.
We need to be able to look at you and be like, oh, she feels self-conscious too. That makes us all breathe a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I think that's what's successful about Wise, and I think that's what's successful about Lipstick on the Rim, my podcast. I think, you know, I will tell you what I do. But a lot of people won't. Like they'll be like, you know, oh yeah, I drink a lot of water and I sleep a lot. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Like, can you just help me out a little bit?
It's like Botox.
Yeah. Right.
Your water
So
looks
I
like
think
Botox.
the transparency of like, oh no, I do this. I tried this.
Right.
I want to do this. I've starved myself. I've gone to, you know, I've walked 16 miles. Like I think the honesty, but more importantly, the transparency. And even more like, there's no gatekeeping, right? Like, again, we don't have to say tell your whole life. Like,
right.
But there is a matter of like, no, I didn't just have 8 hours of sleep. I have Botox. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
If I get 8 hours of sleep, I look like I cried all night long. Like, it's not a good look, you know? Always.
I know, isn't that weird? Like, sometimes the more I sleep, I was so dead tired. I was on set the other day and I was in my trailer. And I think, you know, back to the days of being on a show, you've got to pull your shit together. Like I was so exhausted, but I'm like, I felt good.
Yeah.
I like had worked out for 2 months. Like I ate healthy. Like I didn't drink as much. Like I was like a mummy laying in that trailer, but I was like so tired. And I was like, how in the world on no sleep, I looked better.
Oh, yeah. I've always said that. Like, for anything, I'm like, if I get like a few hours of sleep and I'm so tired, my face looks better than if I sleep.
So interesting.
I know.
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's not as much heavy weight on the face all night.
I guess.
It's probably just the weight of the sleeping.
But the fashion trust was really nice.
It was, yeah.
Tanya and Chriselle Lim and Maha, and they really do an incredible job of supporting these young designers.
It's amazing.
And it's amazing to see the energy and how, you know, these contestants, you know, winning, even just to be there.
I know. I was going to go, but it's hard. It's hard. School night. You know, you have 3 kids.
3.
I know. Fun.
So, that's a lot of kid.
Every time, like, you're posting stuff about your mom, like being a mom and like the kid, I die. It's so relatable and it's so funny.
Yeah.
But you have 3 of them.
Can you bring me a fork this morning? No.
Oh, good.
I cannot. Can you shut the door so the dogs don't get in? No. Gray announced that he didn't love his new life.
What? What does that mean?
What's his new life?
Yes. Having chores.
Oh, his new life. Because how old is he now? He's
in first grade.
He's first grade, yeah.
That's
her youngest.
He just announced it to everyone. He does not like picking up his clothes. He does not like... he does not like having to try to make his bed. He does not like sleeping in his bed, which he lasted. I'm really proud of him. Last night he lasted 6 hours.
No, but he comes to you.
Miracle.
Yeah,
he's like, I did so well. Like 2 a.m. I'm like, you did.
Oh,
I know.
My
He's
kids
really
still
sweet.
sleep in my bed.
Yeah. I know, it's awful.
How do you get them to do? I mean, I'm. How do you get them to do chores?
You know, I'd bribe. I said today.
Yep.
I said, Gray won. And they were like, what? And I said, yes, Gray gets $5 of Robux.
Okay.
And he was like, I do? Scarlett's like, I picked up everything this weekend in the hotel. And I was like, well, interesting. Yeah. So I bribe.
Okay, I like it.
Yes,
I need
do.
to start bribing. Do you bribe?
I mean, if I had
chores?
to, I would.
Yeah.
It's just Briar and I here, so but I do make her like, you got to do this and that, but she just kind of does it.
But she's a girl.
She's a girl.
Girls
Like
and boys are
Scarlett
very
is,
different.
she's more self-sufficient.
She's third grade too, right?
She's third, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's, she's getting sassy. She's getting like, she's doing her Taylor Swift play. She's like, I don't really want to dress like Taylor. I'm like, well, it's an Eras tour. So you kind of got to commit
to an era.
To an era.
Yeah.
To your song, right? Our time.
I know. You're really funny.
I don't really want to wear the dress. I want to wear cutoffs. I don't really want to wear the cowboy hat or the boots. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to have to talk to your teachers and
at
get
the school they're
permission.
doing a Taylor play?
She's doing Adderley, which is a great little program at the Women's Center.
Okay.
And if they decide that you don't need to dress like Taylor, we are good to go.
Right. But you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah. Support for Broad Ideas comes from NPR Wild Card. Look, I'll be honest. I thought I'd heard enough celebrity interview shows to last a lifetime. They're usually just so expected and bland. That's exactly why NPR's newest show, Wild Card, sticks out so much. It's got huge thinkers, actors, and stars, sure. But it gets at what's weird about being alive in a way that I haven't heard done before. Wild Card is sort of like an existential game show where a deck of cards controls the conversation and the conversation feels like a party game. I love games. I love game shows. So the fact that they use fun interview cards just randomly being drawn, I think is a really fun touch. We've done it ourselves on Broad Ideas and it really adds a fun element. A game-like element, if you will. Guests of Wild Card will answer 3 to 5 questions drawn from a deck of cards, from surprising, open-ended questions about their fears and childhoods to joys and disappointments. Wild Card goes there. You'll hear things like Jack Antonoff describing why boredom works, Jenny Slate on salad dressing, I need to hear that, and Issa Rae on the secret to creativity. Wild Card comes out every Thursday from NPR. Listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. Support for Broad Ideas comes from IQ Bar. I love IQ Bar. My brain needs a lot of boosting. I love how their bars taste. Honestly, I eat them in the morning to help me get going. Also, their mushroom coffees. You can start each day right with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their ultimate sampler pack includes all 3. Get 7 IQ Bar flavors, 4 IQ Mix flavors, and 4 IQ Joe flavors. And today our listeners get an exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping. Just text IDEAS to 64,000. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. All IQ Bar products are entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial sweeteners. Refuel smarter with IQ Bar's Ultimate Sampler Pack. That's 7 IQ Bars, 4 IQ Mix Sticks, and 4 IQ Joe Sticks. And now, our special podcast listeners get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus get free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text IDEAS to 64,000. Get your discount. Text IDEAS to 64,000. That's IDEAS to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
Do you yell at them?
All the time.
Okay, thank you.
No,
I yell all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
It's really hard not to yell. I know it's different for you
I know.
because she has one daughter that's really mellow-mannered. She's not a pusher, you know?
She's pretty mellow.
I've got 2 boys. I find, and I don't like yelling. Like, I don't like the way it feels in my body.
Either.
You don't like it, right?
No. But that's the only way sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Get in this fucking car right now.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Or I'm going to beat you. Yes.
so hard.
Yes. This is, yes, we threaten, we bribe. It's fun.
I appreciate you.
I know. See, it's so refreshing because it's just like, you can be like, no,
Yeah, I told him the other day, I said to Brooks, I go, Jaron, his reading teacher, I'm like, we're going to take a break. You never want to do it. And they get weirded out when I'm really calm.
Yeah.
So you got to mess with them a little bit. I go, okay. Listen, she's decided that you really don't want to work with her and she really needs to go to families who need her and appreciate her and her work. Mm-hmm. He was like, what? And he is really kind and sweet. Yeah. But I'm tired of the pushback. Mm-hmm. And I go, so? And he goes, what? He was so flustered. I go, he goes, I'm going to have a talk with her. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, have a talk with we'll see if she stays. I don't know. We'll see.
Good. It's really good.
An hour and a half later, we talked about it. She feels like she can stay. I'm like, great. I'm like, it's just like a lot of money. And it's just like, if you don't want to read, guess what? You won't read in life. And that's fine. And that is fine.
How are you going to be
And that is on my life player. Truth. Exactly what I said.
It's amazing.
It's totally fine. You'll go through life not reading. It's fine.
Oh my God.
I like it.
I do. I love it.
And they're like, they can't quite figure.
Right. They're like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
My mother was like that.
Oh, really?
My brother got caught. Like, he said something about like something. And he was like, Todd, I know you have a case of beer underneath your bed. Like, I'm not stupid. And she like kind of laughed. He was like, you're so weird. And then he was like, you're grounded for a month. Like, she just would like, that's how
she handled it.
It's a flex.
And then, she would, they were supposed to be ex and they were down at the ditch. I'm from Kentucky. We call it ditches. But they were like out the ditch drinking or whatever in high school. Of course, she pulled up that loud diesel station wagon and like, she's like, you're fucking ass in here. She'd just be standing there and calling him. He was like, but she was good like that.
Oh my God. Are you close to your brother?
Very.
Yeah. And is he still in Kentucky?
He's in Miami.
He's in Miami.
No, everybody, sadly, after she passed away, they all went to Miami. So Todd's been there for 20 plus years. And then I moved my dad down there a couple of years ago because it just wasn't, I needed someone to watch him and,
Is that recent?
They went down, he left about a couple of years ago. She's been gone 4 years.
4 years.
Sorry.
Oh, Molly. That's so hard.
Very hard.
God.
I know.
I know. It's like
we cling on to each other because we're like, we know one day.
I know.
And it's, I can see how much she meant to you.
Yeah.
She was amazing. As I cry.
I know. It's our goal here. It's just to get people to
She was, it's our goal.
Yeah.
I'm just going to break you over.
But, I think with parenting, like, there's no one way. I think 1 year, one way works. And I think another year, like, I think, I think they know they're deeply loved.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know, I give them a lot of structure. Probably too much in the way of like, they thrive more on it. Like, I do hold accountability. Like I will say, like, we don't use the iPad during the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we don't, I want to,
every day.
Of course.
Every day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's more just a punishment to us.
It's more punishment to us. But, I think I also they're different temperaments. What works with one doesn't work with the other. Scarlett's more of a daddy's girl. Brooks and Gray could crawl back up in my vagina. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends on, but they're fun and they're sweet and they give me so much joy and pain all at the same time.
Oh, don't you know it?
Yeah.
It's such a double-edged sword. Because it's like the greatest love you'll ever experience. And
ever.
It's the most, sometimes when I listen to my kid crunch, the sound of him crunching.
I know.
You get it, right?
I was like on a Zoom with Brooks. He was getting ice, just ice for his water.
Yeah.
It's like it took him 12 minutes to get the ice. I'm like, I was like, what? He's like, what? I'm like, try to get the ice a little quicker. I know. I do love them. By the way, though, you create, you become very patient.
Oh my God. The most.
Yeah.
I
think. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting less patient. I am. I'm getting less patient. I'm like fed up at this point.
Well, how old are they?
8 and 5.
Well, yeah, that's why.
Two boys.
They're starting to be.
Boys,
yeah, 2 boys.
I'm like, no, it's time to pick up your clothes and put them in the hamper.
Yeah,
like I'm getting
from not the hamper sitting there next to it, but actually in it. It's like I'll find like 3 random toothbrushes throughout the house
every day.
Every day.
They leave them in different places in the house.
Toothbrushes?
Toothbrushes
in the kitchen, in the
bathroom, in the laundry room. I found.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
Briar brushes her teeth in the sink.
I mean, well, she just doesn't leave me, so it's always right there. It's like, but in my bathroom, usually not hers.
Yeah.
Just, it's different. It's just.
I will say, like, having an organized home. Like, I know I talk a lot about like going like a really good calendar or like really good systems. Like that has helped me with having multiple children and working. Like really trying to make things easier. Again, work smarter, not harder. Like really, like how do they live? Like what do we do? And it took me a second. I love them playing sports, but at one point, like when you have your first, everything revolves around him. Brooks is like when he was like, I know you love Scarlett more. I'm like, I do right at this moment. But are you kidding me? I'm like, my whole world revolves around Brooks Stuber and his, because he's the first, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But we can't play so many things. We also have to be like a family. We can't be on the road of like,
the sports
I was joking,
road.
Driving here, but like, I actually don't mind driving sometimes because I get to roll calls or I get to be by myself or I'll listen to a podcast. Like it was kind of nice this morning in a weird way. I just didn't want to be late. And I think you have to figure out how you want your family to live and be. Like we can't do everything.
They want to do everything.
They want to do everything.
Yeah.
I think that's where like my husband and I can get in pretty massive arguments about like, but he can't. Like he's not going to get to secondary school if he doesn't like, and again, they love to play basketball and baseball and
all of it.
Lacrosse and,
So how do you pick and choose? Because for me, like she gets disappointed and I don't want to disappoint her, but she wants to do everything.
They're going to start once she gets to like 3rd grade, 4th grade. They start to you start to see what they like.
That's
and
what
you
we're
hope
trying to
that
figure
you don't.
out.
Like Jennifer Gardner said this yesterday in a meeting at our school. She was like, just front loading them and saying like, you're amazing at this, or what do you think about that? Like helping them make that decision, like maybe we don't do this, or we were talking about getting into schools or like, whatever school you want, try to front load with your child because you don't want to apply to somewhere you're never going.
Right.
Yeah, so try to get ahead of it. I think that's the best advice. Like try to get ahead of it. Say, like I know how much you love soccer. I know let's try to do this, but like, I don't know that we're going to be able to do it, but like, let's try it for another 6 months. Like you kind of start to front load them where they're like, you know what? I don't want to do Adderley anymore. I don't want to do like, they start to also get tired.
Yeah.
You'll see like.
Mine didn't want to do anything. Mine are the opposite. My son was like, I don't want to do anything. So then we're like, okay, well, you're going to try. You're going to try baseball. I don't want to do it. Does baseball, doesn't want to do it. 2nd year, we're going to try again.
Yesterday.
And then he loves it now.
Gray, I've never seen Gray really physical. Like he kicked a stool. He screamed. I had the home ed at my house. So I was he screamed. I was probably screamed a good like 22 minutes. Like I looked at the clock. I'm like, I'm sweating in front of these people. And I'm like, you're good. I was like determined not to yell in front of them. But yeah, I'm like, I am not playing lacrosse. I'm like, Oh, yes, you are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have not go like you do have to sometimes nudge them and get them. Listen, at the end of the day, if they don't want to do something, you ultimately cannot make them.
Right.
But I do think, especially with the younger ones, when they don't want to do anything, I think you have to be careful of like
catering to that.
I do, because sometimes you just, if not, they're not going to do anything.
Right.
I think it's, I'm like, to me, I didn't have to do anything as a kid. Anything I didn't want to do, I didn't have to do. And that did not go well. Like then when it was time to go to school, I'd be like, I don't want to, you know, and that was horrible. And so for me, I'm like, we try. And at the end of the day, I am your parent. I make the decision. You can give feedback and you can help guide me in what interests you, but you're going to try it at least 2 times before we make a decision.
I think that's a really, I think that's, if you can do that, I think it helps the child. I think the child doesn't know.
Right.
No. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I remember like, how am I going to get her to eat? Like, or how am I going to get him to eat or whatever? And they're like, always do the suggestion that you want. So if it's pasta and steak, always say steak last, because that's the first thing they'll remember, the last thing you said. That's a little trick.
I love that
really?
trick.
Especially little.
You're right though.
They're younger. When they're younger.
Huh.
Yeah, no,
do you
that's
want
true.
Pasta or do you want pizza?
Yeah.
And it's weird how like that little tricks like that will help too. Like even with food, like having them try things like that's, you know, sometimes like Brooks hates eggs. I just got Gray to eat them. Like trying to get protein down them, like all like having like a healthy, it's so, I mean, honestly,
I know.
Just eat the fucking eggs. Like, and just, if you don't like how they smell, hold your nose.
Right. This episode of Broad Ideas is brought to you by Maybelline. For over a century, Maybelline has provided accessible makeup to give everyone the self-confidence to express themselves. As the #1 makeup brand in the world, Maybelline has the platform and the power to make an impact from the inside out. That's why they've created Brave Together, an initiative designed to help those facing anxiety and depression by funding free professional one-to-one support so that no one has to struggle alone. Mental health challenges like anxiety or depression can be so difficult to manage on your own. I myself have had my own struggles with anxiety and depression, and I was lucky enough to have people to talk to. Support is the most important thing. Have you ever noticed a friend struggling and not knowing what to do or say? Maybelline New York created the Brave Talk training to help people navigate mental health conversations with their friends. It's brave to ask for help. Let's be brave together. Maybelline is committed to donating $10 million to NGO partners and providing free access to one-to-one professional support to 3 million people by 2025 so that no one has to struggle alone. If you or someone you know is experiencing anxiety or depression, Maybelline New York is funding free, confidential support. Text TOGETHER to 741-741 or visit Maybelline.com/bravetogether to learn more. Broad Ideas is supported by Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Kick off your summer on May 29th for National Flip Flop Day with a free 12-ounce Island Punch smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Grab your flip-flops and head to your local Tropical Smoothie Cafe from 2 to 7 p.m. to get in on the free smoothie party. Tropical Smoothie Cafe is celebrating the beginning of summer and the return of a refreshing fan favorite mocktail, the Island Punch smoothie, made with peach, guava, passion fruit, mango, and pineapple. Terms and conditions apply. Get on Tropic time with bright and refreshing smoothies, Tropic bowls, wraps, and flatbreads from Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie Cafe believes you deserve a little vacay every day, not just once a year. One bite of the Tropic bowls from Tropical Smoothie Cafe and you'll instantly feel like you are cabana-side. Visit one of Tropical Smoothie Cafe's 1,400 plus locations or order online or through their app. And don't forget to stop by Tropical Smoothie Cafe on May 29th for National Flip Flop Day and get a free 12-ounce Island Punch smoothie from Tropical Smoothie Cafe between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Oh my God, taking medicine. You should see my daughter.
Oh, that I witnessed.
It is the most unbelievable thing in the world.
Did she gag?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My Imish's daughter does that.
Oh, my God. No. But getting her to do it, it's like you're literal torture. She fights it for a half an hour. I have to coax her.
It reminded me of Fear Factor.
Remember Fear Factor? I love Fear Factor.
Oh, my God.
That's what it reminded
Wasn't Joe
me
Rogan
of.
Fear Factor?
Oh, my God. He was, right?
Yes. He did a stint on Vegas, and he, like, Joe Rogan, like, they brought Fear Factor because it was NBC. He was so awesome. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah, it was, like,
So
creepy
fun.
because we had to, like, do something with, like, insects, but it was fun.
Oh,
that is fun.
Scary.
So what are you in production on right now? Because you have a production company.
We are producing an Amy Schumer movie called Kinda Pregnant.
And love Amy.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
With Happy Madison, Adam Sandler's company.
Aw, I love him too.
I know. My school teacher, my first grade teacher, gave me a script to.
Stop it.
I'd gotten given to me to act in, and everybody gives you a script, whatever. But she was like, I've got this project, and there's this role named Megan, and I was like, and I read it. I ended up reading it, and I said, I really think you've got something here, and then she kind of told me like how it was set up. I was like, if it comes back around, I said, I can't really be involved because I'm not going to make anything or do anything. I'm like, and
because I'm not gonna.
yeah, I'm not really gonna. And I'm not really producing. And sure enough, she came back to me like 6 months later and was like, would you just try? And I was like, let me think about it. And it is in production in New York.
Wow.
And I'm super excited. And she actually wrote it for Amy Schumer, which was crazy.
I just got chills.
I know.
And she's your first grade teacher.
I actually had the other set of first grade teachers.
But
she was I
was in kindergarten at the time. This was 4 years ago it took 4 years to do it. But
yeah, but that is such a
big
story.
That's so cool.
She went message of like a woman taking her shot in Kentucky.
She's here in California.
No, she's here.
Her kid's teacher.
My kid's teacher.
I thought you meant your first grade teacher.
No,
then
sorry.
She said 4 years ago. I don't think it would have been hers.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm thinking this is like
old lady
in Kentucky.
Yeah, Julie Paiva's like cute and sweet and fun and young.
Totally. All right. Well, we're happy for her, but not as happy as I was for the woman in Kentucky that took her shot.
But no, I mean, listen, it's about a woman who thinks that, she wants a family. She's ready. She's a teacher. All her friends are teachers, and they're getting married and pregnant. And it's R-rated comedy, clearly, with Happy Madison. But it's so she's been dating Dave, and she thinks Dave is going to propose to her. And instead, he asked for a threesome. And so it's very fun. And then she accidentally tries on a baby bump. And so she pretends she's pregnant. It's very funny.
I like it.
It's really good. And she's just amazing. It's a really good, and Happy Madison, like they've been just incredible. It's been a really good learning process for me too. Like to see it from, again, start to like just a spec script that someone gives me and then to see it come alive. I know. I'm really grateful in that way. Like,
that's so cool.
And what was weird is one of my very first films was Benchwarmers with the same group of people.
Oh my God.
Oh, wild.
So I've known them, Benchwarmers. They didn't do Fired Up. They did Wrong Missy. Like, so it was just like, I'm like, Barry? Bernardi? It's just, it's sweet. It's good.
It's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's like full circle.
And then we've got a bunch of, I love thrillers. So we have we have 3 thriller projects at Netflix in development. We have 1 TV show. We have a cooking show.
That you're doing? Or just producing?
No. With a woman named Chef Charity that's going to be on Max. They're going to debut it, I think, in August.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
And to see how that goes. She's really talented. It's about like having an alternative to, it's basically having a vegan option. So when you go out and these amazing restaurants having like one option. So she goes into Nashville and into a barbecue. It's good. So
that's fun.
We'll see.
That sounds
I
like
know
a
it's
fun
fun.
concept.
It's a lot, but
it is a lot. But I feel like you give someone that's capable something to do and more comes from that. And even when you were talking about your beauty line, I'm like, that's it right there. It's like, what are the things you'd be doing if you don't have to do anything, right? And these are the things that you were interested in on your own, separate. It wasn't like, here's a thing that's going to make you feel successful or, you know.
And also, I think to have more women involved in storytelling, have more women involved in being a CEO or, a founder, just having like, even the podcast, like having ownership over something. Like I sometimes think women, when they reach a certain age, they're like, well, that's it. Kids are gone off to college or like, and it's just not, like I think, Briar, seeing you as a working mom is not a bad thing.
Right.
Right. Like my kids see me like when I'm quote, trying to get them to read, I'm like, well, I'm reading, I'm doing my homework. I'm actually really reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I think them seeing me like, they'll be like, oh, you're on your Zoom, They'll make fun of it too, or you're taking an Instagram selfie, you know what I mean? But they, I do think it's a good thing that it teaches. Like that was the one thing like with my mom, like I always saw her like get up and exercise and run 2 companies from scratch. Like we got down to like $5.85. Like,
wow,
to see her pull that shit together with 2 little kids and my dad, like that was real.
Yeah.
So I think,
deal.
And then making our asses work until, starting at 15, like they were definitely made us learn what money was.
I gotta start that. My son said to me the other day, he's like, how many subscribers do you guys have on YouTube? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. And he was like, well, so-and-so has 8.9 million and walks out of the room. And I was like, and it's like some kid opening toys. Or, you know what I mean?
Like
I was
unboxing a Lego.
Yeah. He was like, Mom, that's really not a lot.
I know. It was so funny. I had them come on for my 50th. I'm like, don't forget to subscribe. And I'm like,
they're like, no, more.
Because they love YouTube.
Sticking.
They love YouTube. They love YouTube Kids. I even got sucked in the other day. I was watching, they're like, do you think you're going to be as popular as Mr. Beast? I go,
this is who it was, Mr. Beast.
No, I'm not. He's amazing, Mr. Beast. And they love what he does. He'll do like these elaborate challenges. He'll get the brands.
Is he like the food person?
No,
that's somebody else. Just kidding.
He's no. Just kidding. He does have chocolate bars. I mean,
I've seen his bars.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Right? Yeah, he does everything.
He has bars at Target.
Like, don't compare to me, Mr. Beast.
But he does a lot of giving back too.
It's amazing. I love him.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really cool.
She
my kids
do
are
like
obsessed
YouTube.
with that too. It's at least he's doing something and giving back to people, and like it's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I don't have 100 million.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like 100 million.
I'm like, thanks for making me feel bad.
Yeah, I was like,
100 million.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God. He
yet.
has hundreds of millions of he just did this other giveaway, this challenge. It was like whoever won got $100,000 and they had to go through all it sounds so dumb, like crazy, stupid challenges, but it was amazing.
It's a whole world.
My daughter hasn't gotten past, like Roblox, of course.
Oh, my kids love that.
Yeah, but that's kind of the extent of it.
You're lucky.
I know. She's just, I don't know.
You're really lucky.
Yeah.
You're
I know
lucky.
that once you open that door, I feel like what?
I also do think boys are more interested in the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Is Scarlett?
She loves a little YouTube too.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
She loves slime videos.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She loves anything DIY,
That's fun.
pot, anything. She loves all of that. But it's like a time suck. So I put Bark. Have you heard of this app called Bark?
I was going to send it to you last night.
What is it?
Will you explain it?
So again, I'm not paid. I'm not affiliated. I'm a mom who has this app called Park. Eventually I'll get Life 360, but they don't drive. It's a woman was telling me about it a couple of years ago, and it's an app that basically you can shut off their screen time. You can say, okay, I want an hour every day. I want an hour every week. I want 2 hours every 3 days. Like you can say, okay, you can use this channel, but not this channel. Purchase, they have to ask your permission.
Yeah. They have to ask your permission.
Because they have no idea, if they know your Apple ID code, how much they buy.
Oh yeah, I get notifications constantly.
They also will alert you if they get on an inappropriate channel.
So so if they try to type in porn, my kids aren't there yet, but if they try to type in something accidentally, knowing or not knowing, it will block it.
It'll block it.
And it's called Bark. And it seems to be working. I mean, they have to ask me for permission if you want. So you can do 1 hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or you're done for the week.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it.
I like it. You're done for the week, kid.
Well, I have those notifications on Briar's iPad. Like, she can't buy anything or anything unless I approve it. Don't you have that?
Yeah.
No.
You have to have that.
Oh, yeah. You set it up in their iPad. So it's parental approval. Like, they can't get anything. It goes through you.
I mean, Elliot's pretty good about it. He'll come and ask.
Yeah.
And, if we get
you just
charges,
have to watch the 8-year-old showing the 5-year-olds.
Exactly.
Right. So that's how, Brooke's showing Gray something, or Scarlett showing, like, that's where, as they get older, that's where it can get tricky, right? Like, you know.
Gray is my son's middle name.
It's the best.
Isn't it the best? Yeah, it's a beautiful name. I love that name.
So you had Brooks at 40?
No, I had Brooks at 39, 40. And then I had Scarlett like 43, and then I had, or 42, and then I had Gray at 44, 45.
Wow.
I had him at 43. Yeah, around 42, 43.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
great.
Yeah.
Aren't you tired? No.
I'm so tired. I know. It's sometimes like I was more self-conscious when I was having him, that I'm like, oh, because my husband, his friends, they're going to college, and he has like a newborn. Like it was a little, I was like, but
it made you feel a little
just like an old mom. I was an old mom to have such young kids. I still am. I mean, I'm 50, right?
Yeah,
so
but it's way more. It's so normal now, because everyone's like, oh no, you can still, because that's how it should be. Like, who's ready to have a kid at 25 years old? I mean, some people sure, but I just think
you have more. When I had them, I really wanted them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It wasn't something that like I felt like, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on, or I'm going to miss a Vanity Fair. I'm going to miss going on a, like, yes, of course I miss certain opportunities. I would love to be like on a show. Like, I'm sad things I have to give up, but it's not like if I were like young and be like, oh my God, this is going to like make my career, and like I'm having to give up. Like, I don't feel like I've given up anything. I feel like I've the complete opposite. I've gained so much.
Absolutely. Right. I know. Yeah. Cause you're ready. It's like, I've done it all, like enough anyway.
Yeah. And when you're younger, I moved to a little town outside, like in Northern California, and I had a baby, and all the people were my age. Their kids were going to college.
I know.
And I was like, it made me feel weird. Like when I'd go to like the baby groups and stuff, I was like, oh my God, like some of these people could legitimately be my daughter that have the babies.
Oh, I know.
Right.
And I was like, this is weird. But in LA, it's different. Like there's so many women that are having babies.
I think they're having babies later because they really wanted to try to focus on themselves and a career.
Yeah, which is great.
Which I think, listen, either way you do it.
You do it. Exactly.
For me, that was my mom. My mom had kids later in life. And, I think at one point she was like, when is it happening? But, I think to each his own. But for me, it was definitely the best decision. I was not capable of taking care of another soul.
Right.
No.
Let alone 3.
Is it 3?
My mom had me at 39, and I never felt like I had an old mom at all.
Yeah.
Like not even remotely,
Yeah. I think my mom was 30.
Back. Like that generation didn't wait as long.
No.
No way.
Your mom was 30?
She was 30, and I always thought like, oh, my mom was old when she had me, you know?
That is so funny.
Look at a 30-year-old now, though, and you're like,
no, there's no way. I was 33 when she was born. I mean, it's still.
It's young.
But I think of that as young.
Yeah.
It's just like the flip.
Young.
It is young.
I know. I was so young.
But it sounds like when you're young, it's just different.
You know what's different now? Because I had her at 33, and now I'm like, oh, if I had a baby again. And sometimes you go through that, and you're like, oh, I could do. And then I'm like, no, like I wouldn't sleep. If you think about it, and you're like, I had a puppy. Okay, we got I know you know.
I know.
You have 2, right? 2 dogs.
I do. And a bearded dragon named Taco.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good for you.
How are they as pets?
Oh, I need to get the red light. I got to do that.
Oh.
There's like a heat lamp, like a heat red thing, whatever.
It's
like, honestly.
Pets. She keeps like trying for guinea pigs, and I'm like,
I can't, no.
It's not, I'm like, I'm not cleaning that.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't want to do it.
I'm not doing it.
I know.
I'm not doing it.
That's the same thing. It's like, I don't want to not sleep again. You know? Like you think about these things, but then I'm like, oh, I want a baby. But then I'm like, oh, I don't. No, I know. No, you get to a certain point.
I mean, I do. I went over to see a friend of mine's baby yesterday or the day before. I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. But I thought about like snuggling with the baby and having the time off. And then I'm like, oh my God, then I got to raise this baby. Then I got to worry about this baby. Then I got to get this baby through school. Then I got to get this baby through life. I'm like, no.
Nope.
Not when you're
just like, I need to sleep.
I know.
I need to sleep.
Yeah. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah. And
as
I
I've
also
gotten
enjoy
older,
working.
Yeah.
Like I love having a life outside of my children in those early stages. It's such like a hard balance, you know?
I don't really like having other things. I feel like
this is true.
I know. And
we're a little different in that way.
We are different. Like we're taping Family Feud on Friday.
Stop it. I love Family Feud.
Oh my God. I know. We love it. But I'm missing, and I didn't realize, parent picnic at Briar's school lunch. And I'm devastated. Like
I know. But that's because you have one.
I know. You're right. Huh?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
You'll miss. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. I missed her performance the other day. I was so sad. She'd worked the whole, and like, I was like, we were bulk shooting the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but it was ode to the code. I was like, but I looked at it on Zoom.
You looked at it on Zoom.
It was sweet. She did really well.
How'd she take it when you can't like?
She was fine.
She was fine.
She's got Scott there.
Yeah.
One of us is always there.
Yeah.
So that's
her dad will be there.
Her dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be happy for
the
her.
Mom guilt. You know.
Oh, mom guilt is real.
It's really
It's really real.
It's really, really real.
But then sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Like lately in the past year, I'm like, I think because I've been working a little bit in a different way, I've kind of given myself a little bit of grace. I'm like, okay, I can't do that, right? Or I can't, sometimes we have to sign up for like Sign Up Genius. And I'm like, used to never be. So I'd always miss the sign up. And finally I went to the teacher and she's like, what are you doing? I go, the same parents get to do the same things because they're in front of a computer and they're, and I'm like, and I miss it. So today here's a cake and we're going to like, she was like, I said, I don't want to bring the water. And I want to bring just the fucking water.
Yeah,
I don't want to bring the water. I don't want to bring the water.
I always miss the sign up for pizza. Like you have to bring something for pizza day. And the worst one is fruit because you bring 200 pieces of the same kind of fruit.
I know.
For the whole school. And I always get the fruit because I'm always late.
Yeah.
And other people bring the paper
brownies
plates
and
or
the paper plates and the
treats
trees.
and the thing.
Or like you get to volunteer to be in the room.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to bring water.
But I did, you know what? I am room parent this year because I hadn't done it.
Ooh,
so room
that's
parent,
big.
it's a lot, but then you're there for all the parties.
I know.
And I've been able to this year.
I know.
So like, it's okay.
You know what I think matters too is how we frame it. So it's like if we have to miss something, we're like, I feel so bad. Like I really want to be there, but I can't. It's like, then they're like, oh, I should feel bad about this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're going to play into that guilt and be like, oh, I feel bad. As opposed to, I will be at this though. And it's just like, I work.
Well, I've told you, like Drew Barrymore had said that once. Like, she's like, I tell my kids, like, I get to go to work. It's not like I have to go to work.
I know.
Or I need to go. Like, I get to. And I'm like, that's such an interesting, like, if I could, but I can't remember that all the time. I'm like, oh, I have to, I'm so sorry. I feel so, I wish I could.
Right, but then she's going to be like, oh, I should, you're signaling her.
Well, it's framing. It's how we frame it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But it's so
I have given
hard.
myself a little bit more grace just because, I mean, I'm around a lot. Like, I am momming.
All the games.
I'm momming. I mean,
I feel like
I'm momming.
Yeah.
That's why the point
of
you can't do everything. That's why I said to Brooks, I'm like, we can't play 5 sports. I would never see your siblings. Like,
right.
Like we physically can't.
Yeah.
You know. But I do think, listen, whatever they do, I think having them be on some sort of a team, having to, you know, deal with conflict or, you know, deal with not being good at something, learning is like, it's not so much like about the sport is what I love. I like soccer, I like lacrosse, I like all of them, but it's more about, you know, figuring out how to get better at something or be involved with something or making a play with someone or not being selfish and being the asshole who always shoots. Like, you know, helping your partner. Like, there are a lot of things that I learned a lot playing sports that has really helped me, even with leading a company and leading a team, right? Like how to be a team player.
Right. Yes. It's so important.
Some people are not team players.
No, they're not. And they should.
And that's okay. It shows up.
They should paddleboard.
They should.
But also, you know, I grew up my whole life, my mom would always say, don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. That was like her main thing she would always say.
I love that.
Don't you love that?
I don't think you've ever said that before.
I love that.
Like, you know,
I tell myself all the time that, not 5 minutes before the miracle, right? And Elliot tried sports. He hated it. And then we said, let's try again. And he cracked his first home run this week. And he's like, I love it.
It's the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah. And I was like, that's it. I was like, babe, that's the perfect example of not giving up 5 minutes before the miracle. Like, it's such like a metaphor for life of like, yes, we might not like it. Yeah, it might be hard, but if we keep showing up, we might hit a home run.
And also, it's like also not about the outcome. I think we are so outcome based. I want to like do well or get the A or, you know, win that but I think trying not to focus on the outcome has been really helpful for me to like guide them, you know, because they do feel the pressure, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's just a difficult balance.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to push them, but let them, you know.
For sure.
But let them, you know, I think for me, the hardest thing is like letting them make mistakes. You know, I said, Scott was like, if you leave your work one more time, like we're not going back.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't pack his work in his backpack in the morning and we have to go back and get it, we're not going back.
Got it.
That's on you.
Yes.
That's on you.
That's on you. If you don't have your uniform,
that's on you.
That's on you.
That's right.
And it doesn't take a lot. Like I set Brooks up the other day.
I know.
So we are 2 hours away. It's fucking cold. It's raining. Super comes to see it. I'm with Scarlett. They're both playing in a lacrosse game. He takes off his jersey, and the jerseys are $70. Like it's like a $125 package. There's only one.
Right.
That's it.
Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Scott said, you need to take that jersey out of your pocket and put it in your gear. And he goes, okay. He asked him again. You need to take that out. I didn't know this. That night, go back to the hotel. Like, everything okay? Got all your stuff? Yeah. And he go, where's your jersey? And he goes, oh, yeah. I go, did you lose that fucking jersey?
Oh,
and he goes, no. I was like, where is the jersey? And he was like, no, it's got to be in here. Like, no, I know I put it in here. I'm like, okay. I go, well, there's going to be a consequence if you've lost the jersey. And he goes, well, what's the consequence? I go, 1 month, no iPad. And he goes, it's got to be there now. Someone's got to find it. Next morning, 7:30, we go to Lost and Found, no jersey.
Ooh.
And he's like, I go to his coach. I said, we don't have a jersey. I'm so sorry. Well, he has to go to the coach, and I back up and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know. They give him one to borrow. And he's like devastated. I'm like, okay, it's 1 month. No.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl, Sam Farrell, calls me and she goes, I think I have Brooks's jersey.
Ooh.
And I told him that I never found it. It was evil. But I really needed
him to learn the lesson.
Yeah.
And so I said a couple weeks later, I'm like, oh, they ordered you a new one. Here it is. It was the same one.
Yeah.
And it was a complete and utter lie.
Did you do the month?
1 month.
No, that must have been hard for you, though.
Wow.
He figured it out.
It
was, but guess what? He's never going to lose his jersey.
He's not going to lose his jersey.
They need to learn these things.
Don't you feel, here's the thing, she's like, never lie. I'm like, there is a time.
She just looked at me like, bitch.
There is a time for lying, okay?
I lied, and I completely owned it.
Yeah.
I completely owned it. We had told him 75,000 times, if you lose your jerseys, this is on you.
Yeah. Right.
They're expensive.
They are.
And I cannot replace them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the number and like it's a whole thing. You can only normal like one time. Like, why are you going to order? And also, it's a fucking waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
I justify my lie. And I know it's probably wrong, and I felt really guilty for a while. But then I was like, I'm not telling him.
See, but that's different. That's not a lie. That's a lie by omission in a way. But it's not like it's not
like a straight up.
No. Is it?
That's pretty. Yeah, I pretty much said. He's like, you never found it. I go, no, never found it.
Oh yeah. Well, you didn't find it. You didn't find it.
Like, I think we got Brooks's jersey over here because it had fallen out.
Yeah.
On that side of the field. I mean, this is like a massive 4 mile.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, like, money doesn't grow on trees. And I thought, okay, this is my moment where I can make a real difference. I know it sounds.
No.
But yes, I lie all the time.
I talked about this last night with my friend because for spring break, we took the kids on a trip, and it was a road trip, and it's like 2.5 hour drive, and we've been driving a while, and it was still like another hour and a half or whatever. And they're like, how much longer? And I'm like, half hour. They have no concept. Like, they don't.
Yeah. We'll leave. We'll have 4 hours in the car. I'm like, yeah, we'll be there in 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I lie all the time. I take off the Waze. So if Waze has 22 minutes, I'll flip that shit on my phone so they can't see it. Oh, yeah, girl.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, lie all the time. Oh, yeah. You tell a child there's 3 hours and 7 minutes left in the journey.
Oh, yeah, and good luck.
Good luck to that. Yeah,
you know how many times they're going to ask?
No, you don't have to pee.
Longer?
We're not stopping.
No. You don't have to pee.
Yeah, we're not stopping. We'll be there in 20 minutes. Be there in 2 hours. Hold it.
Hold it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'll be like, soon, don't worry.
Yeah.
Or if you ask one more time, X, Y, and Z.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're getting there. It's close.
We're getting there.
Not far.
Not much longer.
Not much longer.
Just 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I'm car sick.
But I think too.
This is the best. I'm car sick.
Yeah.
We have only been in the car for 1 minute. I'm car sick. I'm like, you're not, how could you be car sick? We haven't been in the car but 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
I feel it. I feel it. I'm
It's
like,
happening.
Fucking do not feel it.
Oh my God, to be a fly on the wall.
All right, I'll start lying, guys.
I know. It's worth
lying.
it.
It'll help the cause.
It'll help the cause. I mean, come on. She has 3 kids.
I feel like my cause is to teach them disappointment. Where I'm like,
they still get disappointed. Don't worry. Even if you
deal
lie.
with it. Like, it is what it is.
No.
You know?
I don't.
I know.
I do the I'm terrible.
I'm terrible at that too. I'll be like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
always
this is going to be great, this shot.
Yeah.
You're never going to feel it. Like, you're going to feel everything. Like,
I'm like,
everything.
it's going to hurt really bad.
But you get a popsicle.
I know.
But you get a popsicle. I know. Briar just signed up for softball. She's never played it before.
Oh, it's so cute.
Has Scarlett done it?
No.
Oh, but it's just
She played baseball for a little bit.
She played baseball, yeah. I played baseball. I didn't do softball. But they were like giving them positions, and Briar thought she got like the worst position, and they were moving everybody. And I was like, that's the best position you can play. Like, and the fact they didn't move you means they rely on you. Like, you can do that. And she was like lit up. And I'm like, listen, I don't need to feed disappointment. I'm going to make you
You're
feel
in the
good.
outfield where no one's going to get to you. But don't worry.
But you're going to do great.
The opposite. I'll be like, you got that position because you're new. You're going to work your way up to the other
You know
one.
what? I do a balance
It
of it.
doesn't mean that you're the worst player if you're in the
No,
outfield.
for our
Well,
team,
no, I
they
wouldn't
constantly.
say you're the worst player. I'm not that honest.
You're like, I'm that honest.
Yeah, no, they move them.
They do.
Yeah, you're new. You got that position.
It
You'll
was
get
like
the other one
first
next
practice.
time.
They're just putting kids places.
Yeah.
She was bummed she didn't get a base. And I was like, honey, this is your first time throwing a ball. Like, you got to hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
You're amazing.
Love you guys. Enjoy
Love
the
you.
smoothies.
Love you.
How was everybody's week?
So good.
Good.
So good?
So good.
You?
Good.
Have I seen you every day this week?
We didn't see each other yesterday.
That's why your
Yesterday
week's so
felt
good.
Weird.
That's why.
That's why your week's so good.
Oh, that's so rude.
Where were you yesterday?
I don't know. Where
Oh,
was
you
I
went to a
yesterday?
volleyball game.
No, that was Tuesday.
Oh.
What was yesterday?
Yesterday was Wednesday.
Oh, I met Sarah.
Yeah, but where was I?
I don't know.
I literally cannot remember yesterday.
I'm the same way. I see
You
someone
went
on like
to see
Monday.
the baby.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
I see someone on Monday and they ask me how my weekend was, and I have to reference my calendar to.
Do you
figure out-
actually go like, hold on, let me check?
Sometimes if it's going to be a conversation that's not like with the barista for 15 seconds.
What's your favorite part of today?
This is coming to see you guys.
I believe that.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a plumber today, contractor, and then you guys were the highlight.
I think we drive him nuts.
Have you ever been to Highlight Coffee?
No.
Okay.
Accurate.
But then when you're with us,
You love us.
love us.
Rob got here today and I opened the door and he was instantly not talking to me upon arrival.
He tried to jump kick me in the head. Legitimately in the hallway. He tried to jump
I
kick
heard
me
you scream.
in the head.
I didn't try to. I faked.
It's like I did.
I faked kicked you in the face.
But it wasn't just like
fake
it
kicked
wasn't
you in
just
the
like a
face.
little it was like a why yeah, like at the top of my head.
I didn't make that noise though, for the record.
Yeah, you
What if you were
I
like
heard
Miss
it.
Piggy and you were like,
Karate noises.
Yeah.
okay. That
He's
was
got
exciting.
some leg flexibility.
Can you kick your leg all the way up to your head?
Yeah.
Like, can you hold it?
He can. He kicked it up to the top of my head.
What did you
Probably.
say the
Yeah.
expression was?
Flexibility?
No.
Oh, what expression?
It was high as something.
Highest giraffe's pussy.
Where did that come from?
Where did that come from? Where'd you hear that?
My brother.
I knew you were going to say your brother.
He was like, that dude is
Her
high
brother?
as giraffe's pussy. And I was like,
Her brother has the best expressions.
he does. They're quite phenomenal.
Does he come up with them or he hears them somewhere?
Both, huh?
Absolutely both. But they stick with him. Like, you know how you're like, ooh, I have to stick that and use it again. And then you forget. He remembers it and uses it again.
Yeah, because I like the expressions that people get wrong.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't have an example.
It's like my wrong lyrics, but
like,
expressions.
yeah. Of like, this is a saying, right? And then they say it and it's not at all, but it's still fun. Like as high as a elephant's pussy.
Elephant?
No, giraffe.
He's getting it wrong on
Giraffes.
purpose.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you were doing there?
So he said that to me and he's like, you've never heard that? And I'm like, I've never heard that in my life.
Ever.
And then he's like a week later, he comes in the room. He's like, just hands me the phone and it's Mike Tyson. He's like, yeah, it's high as giraffe's pussy. He's like, see?
Wait. Mike Tyson was calling you?
Yeah. I'm friends with Mike.
I want to
know
be
that?
like Mike. Oh my God, that just came into my head. Was that a jingle?
Of course. I want to be like Mike.
It was a
I
song.
could be like
Michael
Mike,
Jordan.
I want to be.
But was it about Michael? What was it?
Yeah, Michael
I'm
Jordan.
trying to think. Remember, it was
And there was a movie with, I think, Little Bow Wow.
This means she's about to get serious.
Yeah. She's about to get serious, but it's something very mundane.
Do you guys know my hidden talent?
Getting
Yes.
lyrics wrong?
That
Jingles.
yes,
What do you think? We're new?
yes. I feel like Rob didn't know that.
Yes,
about
he
me.
did. Sing him some.
No, like I really, my memory. I have none,
Yeah, great memory.
but I remember a jingle like a mother.
Please do share.
Mother.
What are your top 5 favorite jingles?
She's like,
Sing
well,
them.
I don't really
Spill
know
it,
it.
splatter it. It doesn't matter. It's liquid Clorox too. Makes colors pretty and white's bright too. Liquid Clorox too. Guys,
It's only one.
no, but that one I just had ready.
Do you have more?
Of course I have more. I taught one to Briar. Did we talk about this? And then she started singing it. Now I can't remember which one it was.
Sherwin-Williams, Paint.
Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, why don't you quiz and see if
Yeah,
we can
that's-
think of the jingle?
Yeah.
Or Pep
I'm here
Boys.
for it.
Pep Boys?
Pep Boys.
Do you know it?
No, it has to be ones you know
Yeah.
exist.
Well, it exists. I don't recall it.
When you
I didn't
were a
remember the
kid, do you remember
Sherwin-Williams
the Go
ones
See
either.
Cow, Go See Cow, Go See
Yeah.
Cow?
Yeah.
And did you think it was,
Yes,
you did, right?
absolutely. And
Did-
she's back to
Did everyone think it was
It was
that?
Giraffe's Pussy.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
thought it was cow,
Yeah.
cow,
Oh,
cow.
you won't get a
I
lemon
wouldn't have got a lemon.
from Toyota of Orange.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
you
a
won't
lot of these are
get a
regional.
lemon.
This is regional.
So,
What
do
do
you
you
know?
have?
Okay, Bob Rorman.
What?
We don't know him.
No.
He had a good one.
Well, what
I
is
don't
it?
remember it.
Oh,
I'll find
Rob.
it. You want me to get that Bob Rorman jingle?
I don't know who
We
Bob
don't know
Norman is.
Bob Rorman.
What was the one that I was singing and now Briar sings it?
I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank. Well, there was like my buddy,
My
buddy, wherever I go, you're gonna go, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me, kid sister.
All right.
kid sister.
You want Bob Rorman?
I
We
don't
want him
know.
so bad.
When it comes to automobiles, there's only one, Bob Rorman.
Is that Chicago?
Yep. And did you have
Chicago pizza.
Yum.
Did you guys have Eagle Man? Do you know about Eagle Man?
No.
Nope.
Eagle Man's pretty classic.
What's that? Do you have insurance on this car? No. It must be Eagle Man.
This is so sick.
I've got something for you.
Oh, look at those low rates.
Eagle guarantees
Can
the
we
lowest
reenact
auto rate.
that? And Rob be the eagle?
I'm all for
That
an Eagle
was
Man
unbelievable.
reenactment.
Wait, Rob, look up top 10
Top
jingles of all times
time?
and see if we get them.
So you're gonna guess them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's gonna be the orange.
No, it's not going to be the orange, but ask us
From
some more mainstream.
Toyota of Orange. I wouldn't have got a lemon.
What? You wouldn't have got a lemon.
Okay, you want me to read them, and then you're going to try
yeah,
to.
correct. This is our favorite
Yeah,
post ever.
We're happy.
All right, McDonald's
Which?
Filet-O-Fish.
Filet-O-Fish had its own
Have
jingle?
its own jingle? Don't know
Give me
it.
that Filet-O-Fish.
No.
Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I don't want
Wanna
to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million things at Toys R Us that I can play with. From bikes to games to
Let's cap this at
sorry.
like let's cap this at like the first two.
I
three
can't guarantee
lines.
that I'll get the lyrics right, however. I don't know the jingle.
Folgers Coffee.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Alka-Seltzer.
I was about to go, Alka-Seltzer, like helter
I was about to
skelter.
go like heartburn.
It's like
Indigestion.
diarrhea, indigestion.
Okay, no.
That was Plop Plop Fizz Fizz. I don't.
Oh.
That's an old one.
I don't know it.
Kit Kat.
Oh, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Give me a break.
Me a break. Give me a break. Okay.
McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Oh, well, that's like 2000s.
That's just like, I'm loving it. How do you do
It
it?
was Justin Timberlake.
No. Oh,
that
that is actually.
pre-existed.
No.
It is, no.
But it was him singing it. Yeah,
He
yeah.
did the jingle of I'm loving it.
No, but that has existed way before him.
Pre-Justin
Yes.
Timberlake? Okay, I believe you. I don't know.
It's like
I just remember him singing it.
Oscar Mayer.
I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Oh no, that's
My
not
Bologna
it.
has a first name.
My bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name. It's MYER.
We got it.
What did I say?
And if you
Yours is also one.
Also, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I've heard yours.
Thanks.
What is it?
I can't do it again.
Yeah, I forgot.
I forgot already.
Meow Mix.
Oh, Meow Mix, please deliver. What is it?
Oh, yeah. That is it.
This is my talent.
Chili's.
Yeah.
Chile. What are you saying?
I want my
to
baby
me?
back.
babes.
Justin Timberlake is also in this
Agreed.
song.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I do agree with that.
Coca-Cola. I'd like to teach the world to sing.
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
I don't think I know this one.
I just know that
It's an
song.
old one. Chia Pet.
Chia.
I'm going. This is just honorable mentions at this point.
Oh, we're getting honorable mentions.
Huggies.
Huggies.
I'm a big kid now.
Oh, I'm a big kid now.
877 Cars for Kids.
877 cars for kids.
Yeah.
Cars for kids.
We do
nailed
know
it.
that one.
Nailed it. Klondike Bar.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
Pepto Bismol.
Is that heartburn?
It's just
indigestion.
Just says diarrhea.
I did a Pepto Bismol commercial, you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I sure did.
Dude, I crashed it with you and I got kicked out.
The audition.
Yes.
I meant the commercial.
Ricola.
Ricola.
State Farm.
State Farm? Do they have a song?
They do this every White Sox game. They
Sing the song? So you sing it for us.
Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
All right, last one. Subway. $5 foot long.
$5 foot long. $5 foot long.
Yeah.
You also did a Subway commercial.
I did a Subway commercial too.
That, if anyone hasn't seen, can we play it?
What?
Your Subway
My Subway
commercial? That's like
No.
that. Have you seen
my
it,
God.
Rob?
No.
No.
What?
Rob's going to have way too much fun.
Wait. Nice and spicy. It's the best Subway commercial there's ever been. Take that, Jared.
Oh, dear. I don't think it's findable.
Eat fresh.
It's findable.
The Chipotle Southwest Steak.
Oh, my God, you guys.
You are working.
I work at, I'm a sandwich
Guys,
artist.
it's the best.
The Chipotle Southwest Steak and Cheese, is it,
Why spicy? Spicy! Somebody help me!
or is it, ooh wee, that is nice and spicy, or is it,
You call that spicy?
Sort of. Ooh, wait, that is nice and spicy.
I'll take it.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
That is the best role I've ever played.
I remember this commercial.
Do you?
You
I do
do?
remember this commercial.
Oh, wee. Nice and spicy.
Yeah, that was right. That was like right before I filmed the pilot for the OC.
That was right before your big break. Do you attribute that Subway commercial?
That's the reason I played Summer.
I mean, I can see it.
It was a good commercial.
I remember what I bought with my first like real paycheck when I started working.
What'd you buy?
A couch. What was the first thing you guys bought with your first job, like your first paycheck?
Food.
You're like drugs.
I bought my own braces. I did.
There.
I did.
That's
I bought
yours.
my own braces.
What about you?
I bought music
Like a CD?
from the record shop next to where I worked.
What was it?
No idea.
You can't even guess like what it might be.
Nope.
They're no fun.
I remember when I was like a teenager and had a job,
Yeah.
it felt like a flex to be able to go into like Bath and Body Works and like buy the lotion
What
with
was
the
your
matching
scent?
say.
What was your scent?
I don't remember.
Do you remember how big cucumber melon was?
I do. I use
Everyone used cucumber melon.
And then I did like a vanilla.
I was going to say, my signature scent was back in the day, Lip Smackers had sprays and they had a vanilla.
Yeah.
And that was my smell. And then my friends all got it.
Yeah. That always happened.
And I didn't love that.
I know.
How do you feel about personal smells though?
I used to be like really
like
but
that's my
now
smell. But
I'm
now
not
who
like
cares?
Because I'm an adult.
Is it just youth?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
youth.
Okay.
If people are
Do you
still
think there's
doing
people that
in
still
their
care?
older age, that's
Yeah.
silly.
It's very silly.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if people still would care about that.
I don't know, but I used to care a lot. I didn't like it when someone would pick my favorite color.
It's like
I'm not
6
even
options
kidding.
too.
I would be like, no.
Yeah, I know. We all
can't.
used to be like that. Like we all loved purple. Oh, my whole life I've loved purple, but in high
Yeah.
school, like lavender was really big.
I would imagine people still get mad, but they're younger. I don't think people your
I don't.
age are still getting mad about it.
But how would you feel if people, that actually brings up a great point. If someone copies you,
Do tell. It's great.
if someone copies you in any way, because that happens a lot, especially on like Instagram now, because you're giving, a lot of people give access to their life. So it could be like their interior design, their clothing choice. Like you can see what everybody's doing. Like, do you find it a compliment if someone copies you, or does it still irk you a bit?
Wait, what
I don't,
context?
Yeah, I don't think I have an example of people copying you a lot, Olivia. On your Instagram posts, you're seeing like, just let my brother move in with me. And she's like, that was my thing.
I had the big brother. No, but
You feel like your interior design has been ripped off?
or if someone picks like the same thing as you. Like if you're like
Like the
I'm gonna
sandwich at the
paint-
airport?
I'm going to paint my kitchen dark green. And you're like, that's really different and cute. And then you're like,
Would that
oh,
bother you?
Sally painted her kitchen
I mean, I think
dark green now.
I think this is all dependent on who does it. Like someone you don't like does it, you're gonna be pissed. But if Rachel does it, you're not gonna care.
I mean, I don't care.
Or if
But I'm
Rachel
just
does it, you're
curious
gonna
if
get pissed.
You guys do.
If Rachel does it, I'm gonna get pissed.
If you did something, I would be so pissed.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But how
No, I
do
don't
you feel
care.
now about people copying you? Does
I
it
don't
land
care.
the same way?
No.
People have been copying her since like 2001. So
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she likes it.
In Subway.
since I was out
She used to get so
Well, like if there was like a unique
Protective of
thing that I had, and like we're talking like
I
18
know.
years old, or in high school,
yeah.
I'd be like, dude.
Olivia's talking about now though.
Yeah,
I'm
now
talking
I
about-
don't care.
Talking about
I'm talking
now.
about those jeans.
What jeans?
I'm joking.
Oh. No, I do not care at all now. But yeah, of course, in high school, I mean, you're young, whatever. And if it was something that you were like really excited about and then someone got it, it would bring up feelings inside me. You too.
I used to get like that.
Yeah.
Feels
And
like,
then-
I feel like you still get that way a little bit.
Me?
Yeah, it seems like it.
I don't get like that at all.
Seems like it.
No, you're just fucking with
No,
me.
but your Instagram, you post some. Who copied you on Instagram that you're harboring this resentment over?
No, I'm not playing
Is it the
your
kitchen?
reindeer games.
Is it the kitchen?
No, it's not the kitchen.
You did post a couple photos of the work you did at your house in Granite Bay.
He's trying to
He's trying.
provoke me.
He's really trying.
Here's the difference, okay? This is the only time it's annoying. It would never be annoying with us because we'd be like, I like that.
You'd
Can
be
I
like, "Get
borrow it or wear it?"
Yeah.
And you'd be like, get it. Yes, great. But the people that pretend not to notice and then come the next day wearing it.
Wait, has that happened?
I felt like that when I walked in today and you guys were wearing those Maybelline sweaters.
He was jealous.
Hey, Maybelline, we need another white sweater. This is a public service
I
announcement.
wore a white sweater last week here and
Oh, and now we
you guys
are?
copied me and ordered those sweaters.
Hey, listen.
Rob
It
likes
pissed
wearing
me
my
off.
clothes.
This sounds very juvenile.
Like what you're doing with your hair.
How's it look? Nationwide is on your side.
I wouldn't have got a lemon.
You wouldn't have got a lemon.
Eagle Man. I've got something for you.
Wait, I wish I could think of the one that I taught prior because it's really
important.
Yeah, because now we sing it now. Oh. I know what it is. I know Almond Joy's got nuts.
Mounds don't because.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
So Briar will be like, mounds don't. Okay, that's our thing. I'm so happy I remembered. I feel better now.
That was on the honorable mention list that I skipped over.
You skipped, and I would have been like, that's the one.
Well, there was like 50 on it.
Oh.
Do I like what? That jingle?
Almond Joys or mounds is your question.
Neither.
You don't like coconut?
Nope, not particularly.
Interesting. Has to be Almond Joy.
Almond Joy.
I don't really do candy either.
You don't do candy at all?
Not.
Just those mint things from Chicago?
I mean, I don't really do those either. I like them, but I'm not ordering those. And
what do you order? Just donuts.
What time do you eat dinner?
Depends.
I need a ballpark here.
Yeah, we need a ballpark.
Come on.
5:30 if everyone is eating,
kids,
but sometimes I'll forget to eat lunch and have like a 3:00 lunch, and then that means I'm gonna have dinner at like 8.
Okay.
By myself.
Do you eat by yourself in your basement office?
Well, if I'm working still, yeah.
So sad.
Okay, yeah, couple nights a week.
I could see that for you.
You've probably seen that.
Yeah, I think I have actually. My mom's
on FaceTime.
My mom's
I'm not there.
staying with her uncle, and he's 92.
Yeah.
In Miami, and she said that she's having a hard time because they eat dinner at 10 p.m. I was like, 10 p.m.
She's still there?
She's only been there for 3 days. 10 p.m.
Wow.
I think that's crazy.
That is crazy. I love because we're all like, no, 5:30.
5:30.
We eat dinner, even if I'm not with my kids.
I mean, like different countries do that.
No,
If
I
you
prefer
go to like,
eating
if you go to like,
early.
I think it's like Spain, they eat at like 10 o'clock. That's
But
like
they
a normal.
nap.
They nap.
They
Okay.
do.
Yeah, sure.
If I was napping and like, then you get back up and eat, like, okay, I'll move to Spain.
She loves a nap.
Uh-huh.
Anything else? Any closing thoughts?
Remarks? Arguments?
Rob's got plenty of those.
One time we were writing a paper in English class and my friend was writing it too. And they said, pick a stance and have your argument on whatever you choose, right? They gave us like different things to choose from. And so then they're like, and swap at the end with your partner and read each other's papers. And she argued herself. I was reading it and I was like,
Argued herself?
they're like, say your argument. So she thought that meant have an argument with yourself in the paper.
This was your partner?
This is a friend I am still friends with.
Was it Rachel?
She argued herself. She'd be like, well, I think this. Well, I don't see it that way. I'm just like, wait, no. I think you're supposed to pick a stance and argue it.
Did you tell her you think she did it wrong, or were you codependent and were like, this is great?
I think I said, I don't think you're supposed to argue yourself in it like you did. Like, I think you're supposed to pick a side and argue it, but don't do the rebuttal.
Were you always confrontational? Like, did you... No, you're not afraid of confrontation. Is that that's an accurate statement about you?
I would call it communicative.
Sure, but you're not afraid...
No,
you're not
afraid
going to like hold
communicate.
something back and not say it because you're afraid it's going to hurt someone's feelings, or were you always that way?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
She can hold back and not say things.
Yeah, but I find usually a way to communicate something.
Yes. It might not be directly what she really wants to communicate, but she'll find a way to communicate enough of what she's trying to or would want to say.
Yeah, I didn't mean that as a bad thing.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Because
Almond Joy's got nuts.
mounds don't.
You go, mounds don't.
Mounds don't.
Okay, thanks everybody.